loved the show The Electric Company, and they happened to be rerunning episodes of The Electric Company at 3 in the morning on, some Cartoon Network, I think, at the time. And the name just kept coming back to us, and it stuck.
I should also say it's really awesome that everyone came out to the EC tonight, and we'd be remiss if we didn't say thanks to Z for creating such an amazing independent venue here. And it's a privilege to be on the stage for one of the last weeks that we've got it. So I hope you all have a great night and enjoy the next couple of weeks, because it will be missed. So if you get a chance tonight, buy Z a drink, buy the staff a drink. This is an amazing place, and I think we should take the time to say thank you.
Z actually called me up one day and said, hey, I have this opportunity to open up a bar in the old Lily Langtree's building. You want to do it? And he really didn't give me very many details about it, other than the fact that we would be bringing live music to the area.
We were looking to do more of a lower scale, independent, for the artist type thing here at the EC.
And I think I thought about it for about 5 minutes and said, yeah, sure, count me in.
My whole mindset the whole time was to bring it at an independent level.
It seemed like a good idea. I mean, we had a lot of friends who were traveling great distances to see live music, and we knew that if the opportunity was available to see it here, people would come.
We moved in here and not knowing that Varick Street was going to become Varick Street,
Maybe part of the attraction was there wasn't anything down here, now that I think about it. I mean, there was ample parking. That was one of the benefits.
I think we kind of, put a kick in its ass, and once we got down here and started to showcase some of these independent bands, and people started to take notice.
Cover bands fighting over turf and songs and weird things. Before the Electric Company came here, that was the live music vibe I got from the city of Utica, But Z, he started bringing in new music. He started bringing in bands I've never heard of, All
of a sudden, the Talgos are buying the crack store right next door. It used to be like a crack house next door, and they turned it into the wonderful shrine that they call Nail Creek.
If the EC was never here, the Talgos would have never met. They met right here in this bar.
And then there was houses over here that caught on fire, and they knocked that down, turned that into the Celtic Harp.
And with the EC and the Nail Creek both missing from the equation, the Celtic Harp may have never opened.
And then Steve and Michelle Klossik created an empire down there with Sickenberger and the Stiefvater Room and the Varick, of course. And then the Holly Rock moved in, and now it's Blue. It's turned into like this whole Bourbon Street down here on Varick Street now. And I'd really like to think that we had a lot to do with that.
The Saranac Summer Concert Series wouldn't have flourished the way it did.
We get open, and all of a sudden the brewery's doing concerts like Moe and the Black Crows,
Utica club sales would not be what they are today, because we wouldn't have had all those people here with UC tattoos, drinking UC.
We were telling Fred Matt for years, you gotta get involved with us, get involved in, these are the people that are drinking your beer. And, they definitely pushed the ball forward with that.
The Matts definitely saw something happen, and there was this resurgence in Utica Club.
We've got a great relationship with the brewery. I'm gonna miss that dearly, actually, because, some of my best friends are working at the brewery right now,
And there's a few beautiful little children running around on this earth right now because of the Electric Company.
But Varick Street definitely wasn't what it is now, and it's really, really taken off, and, the more the merrier.
If the Electric Company never opened up, all those things never would have happened.
It's kind of funny though, because out of the blue, this turned into like a 9-year gig for me. I walked in here not thinking about bartending, and wound up turning into lots of friendships.
It's all family. You walk in, the bouncers, the bartenders, they shake your hand. It's just a good time.
That was some fun times. I'm limited as to what I can say.
I can tell you about the time that Fuzz played here, and I had a glow stick blow up in my mouth, and I was all worried that I was going to get poison toxic shock.
And there's a lot of unexpected things. I mean, you'll never know what you're walking into with this bar.
Well, some of the characters that have been coming in and out of the electric company throughout the years.
Realistically, they were more like the fabric of this place, all the people that came here, you know? Like, what an eclectic bunch of people.
First and foremost, Rainbow Young.
Rainbow. I mean, everybody's welcome when they come to the EC, and like that's what I think I'm gonna miss the most about this place.
I've known Rainbow for years, actually, even well before we opened up the electric company. Rainbow has probably opened up for more national acts than anybody else on this stage.
Nobody put on any airs, nobody had any attitudes, you know? Everybody was from all different walks of life.
They're here for the music. They're enjoying themselves. They're not trying to score with somebody. You feel like you could be yourself. And that's one thing I really loved about this bar. It's one thing I'm going to miss about this bar.
You know what else is one of my favorite things about this place? Those awnings, those awning bars. When there's a set break and there's a big band here, everybody has to go outside. It's so hot in here. You can see steam coming out of the bar, you know? So it's like, it was just like, oh my God, I'm at the hottest bar in the city.
Rich, and I think it's probably pretty apparent. You talk to any musician, you know, the musicians aren't in it for the money to get rich either. They do it because they love music. And when you run a business like this, it really comes down to the same thing too.
Oh, there's so many. Well, the first thing we're dealing with is an old 1888 building here. You know, that's first and foremost. When you got leaks coming and the pipes freezing, and there was just so much maintenance that went on with this place. There was times that we were going to close 5 years ago, just because just when you thought we'd get ahead, something would go wrong. You know, whether it's a leak in the bathroom or, you know, the pipes exploding in the basement.
You know, we used to joke year after year at tax time that we were going to file for a charitable organization status. Because, you know, truthfully, it's been a wash pretty much every year.
There's always something. There was always something. We can never just get ahead. But we weren't really in it for the money anyways. We were more in it to, you know, showcase local, national, and regional independent music.
Nobody else really does that. And one thing that nobody else does is as many benefits as Z's does. You know, he opens his doors for everybody. You want to do a benefit, you come to the electric company. And you know what? You're going to have about 15 different bands that he can post in here like that. And heck, I've seen a band cancel and a band just form out of the crowd. You know, just jam sessions and things like that. You don't get that from anywhere else.
The way we see it, that means that we were just able to bring great music to the area, have fun doing it, and you know, like I said, that's what we got into this for. It was not no, you know, crazy successful business model, just for the love of music. And I hope people know that and appreciate it.
You're still with that thing? You're like the paparazzi and shit. I'm gonna have nightmares. You follow me around with cameras and shit.
The togetherness, the camaraderie that we've had in this bar has been absolutely amazing throughout the years, and I'm gonna miss that as well.
What I'm going to walk away with when I think about the electric company is the feeling of standing in this building with friends and strangers, everybody just having the time of their lives with this great music. And then all of a sudden the realization sweeps over me that we did this. You know, we're not just out watching music somewhere at a venue, that, you know, it was my hard work and Z's hard work and all of our friends and our staff that, you know, made this happen.
I guess the main thing I would take out of this is, you know, don't fuck your bartenders.